don't have anything to preview or lay out for you at this time.
And then just on the debt limit, there are conversations that have been reported about potentially invoking the 14th Amendment, which would essentially allow the president to deal with this debt limit crisis unilaterally. Can you characterize how serious those discussions are? Have they gone all the way up to the level of the president?
So look, we're not going to entertain scenarios where Congress compromises the full the full faith and credit of the United States. We've been very clear from here. The president has been very clear that Congress must act. This is their constitutional duty to act, and we must avoid catastrophic threats to our economy. That needs to happen. And what this will do, it will hurt the American people, cost more than 6 million jobs, and threaten Social Security, threaten Medicare and Medicaid payments. And so we're just not going to entertain scenarios.
Does that mean you've taken invoking the 14th Amendment?
What I'm saying is that I'm not going to certainly negotiate from here or do anything like that. We're just not going to entertain scenarios. This is their constitutional duty. And I've said this before. Republicans did this 3 times. They were able to do this. Democrats joined them 3 times in the last administration.
Karine, a lot of people are looking at this situation and wondering where the urgency is. Back in 2011, it took the president and congressional Republicans more than 3 months to reach a deal. Why does President Biden think he can reach one with Republicans in 3 weeks?
We've been very clear, right? We've been very clear of what this could mean for the American people. This is their constitutional duty. When we're talking about the spending, this is something that Republicans and Donald Trump spent already. We're talking about spending that already occurred. And in the last administration, Democrats did the right thing and came together with Republicans and dealt with the debt ceiling 3 times. 3 times. It is their constitutional duty. It is what they are supposed. Congress took an oath, right? If you're a congressional member, you take an oath to the American people and what you are going to do the right thing, essentially. And this is part of their duty, to get this done. And so the president has been very clear on this. His administration has been very clear on this. He's going to have a meeting with them a week from today with the 4 leaders. He's going to again reiterate how important it is for them to move forward. And they need to they need to deal with this immediately, deal with the debt ceiling immediately. This is something that they can do today if they choose. And we cannot be a deadbeat nation. We cannot. This is something that we have been able to do in the past, 78 times since 1960. 78 times since 1960. We have always paid our debt. This country has always paid our debt. So what's different now? What is different now? That's something for congressional Republicans to answer.
Karine, I heard, you've said many times that it's up to Congress to raise the debt ceiling. If that does not happen, will the White House and the president be confident in saying we did everything in our power to avoid it?
I think the question is to Congress. Did they do what they were supposed to do to avoid it? Their constitutional duty. It is, I get the question, and I understand he's the president, and I understand why you all asked the question. But this is so easy. This is not difficult. It truly, truly is not. 78 times this has been done since 1960s. This is something that we are supposed to do. Pay our debt. Pay our debt, which we have done. We have never not done. And so, look, the president is going to have them here. He's going to lay out why it is so important and critically important that we do not allow the American families to be hurt here, because that's what the default will be. That's what their bill will do. And so it is on them. It is on them. I hope when Speaker McCarthy comes here next week, you all can ask him. Ask him that question. What is he going to do? He is the leader of the Republican caucus, right? The Republican conference. He is the speaker. This is something that he needs to do. Speaker Pelosi made it happen. She put the politics aside and made it happen. So, and this is something that, we want to communicate with you all, and we understand that you guys get the process here, but we also want the American people to understand, which is what the director said just moments ago.